Hey VC, it's me Roger back with another video. I literally just got back in town from a trip to Colorado where my wife has family, and we were there 5 days. And that was great. Got to go up in the mountains, and yeah, beautiful country up there. But I knew I was going to have some time to myself. So I contacted Zach, TheZeekGeek1. Everybody knows Zach Coiner. I was like, can you recommend some record stores? So he sent me a list, and he's like, hey, you want to meet up? And sure enough, got to meet up with him in Denver. Hung out at the store, Twist and Shout, downtown Denver. And then went and got a bite to eat and hung out. Man, Zach, that was great. So much fun, you know. Talked about music and life and VC and records and you know, everything. Since we have family there, I'll be back and hope to hook up with Zach again. That was awesome. And he had gone digging on his lunch hour, I guess, and had found this and said, you know, do you have this? And well, I have it on CD. And he's like, here, take it. And it's Van Morrison's Irish Heartbeat. It's Van Morrison with the Chieftains. So it's you know, Irish musicians with, you know, Van. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of this record. And he's like, oh well, you know, check it out. If you don't like it, pass it on. So I know this music. My wife's a big fan of Van Morrison, so yeah, for sure I'm going to keep this, especially because it's from you, Zach. Really, really cool. I will hit you up next time. So Zach, of course, knew where to go, and I got to spend all Thursday going to Boulder, to a couple stores, down to Arvada, to this really great store, and then met up with him in Denver. I went to Wax Tracks before that, and then met him at Twist and Shout. And I gotta tell you, I don't know why, but Colorado has some amazing records. And these stores were really, you know, each in their own way, were really, really cool. And so I tried to keep it under control, but, you know, I was on vacation. So anyway, I'm going to just go in the order of that I got them. I have not played them or cleaned them or anything. So here we have David Sanchez, Forest of Feelings. So the first place I went to is Bart's in Boulder. This has some ring wear, but kind of hard to find these. Really great fusion stuff. Last Exit, Iron Path, Sealed. I've had this on CD since it came out in 1980 something, 88. So this is Bill Laswell with Sonny Sharrock on guitar and Peter Brodsman on saxophone, Ronald Shannon Jackson on drums. Killer studio album. Very different from some of their other stuff with a lot of you know, studio production. It's nice. I gotta whip through these because. And here we have Creative Construction Company with Newhall, Richard Abrams, Anthony Braxton, Richard Davis, Leroy Jenkins, Steve McCall, Leo Smith. This is a classic. You know, that lineup, this is the only example of this lineup from 1975 on Muse. Looks to be in really nice shape. I'm psyched about that. And then let's see. So, sort of down the street from Bart's was a place called Absolute Vinyl, which is in a really upscale kind of location. And it was a really nice, clean space, nicely, you know, they had some killer stuff. A little bit pricey, but, you know, they knew what they had. So I picked up another David Sanchez record, Transformation, The Speed of Love. This is his second record, I guess. I have this, but in a really beat up shape. This was an upgrade for me. I like this stuff so much, I had to get an upgrade. I like an upgrade of that first record too. This I was really psyched to find, and I was going to pay whatever he wanted for it. Pretty much, no, that's not true, but Anyway, this is Extensions, McCoy Tyner, on Blue Note from 1972, I think. Great cover, right? Yeah, I'm way into McCoy Tyner solo stuff, and great lineup here with Alice Coltrane, Wayne Shorter, Gary Bartz, Ron Carter, Elvin Jones. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Don't want to get too confused here. And then he had this Van de Graaff Generator World Record. This is on Charisma from 1976. I've never heard this one. It's a really nice shape. It's not that expensive. $9. Cool. So, yeah. That's it from Absolute Vinyl. I could have spent a fortune there, believe me. Like I said, I was trying to keep it under control. But I drove down to Arvada, which is between Longmont, where we were staying, Boulder area, and Denver. And this great store called Black and Red, but it's R-E-A-D, like you read a book, because there's this whole book section of lots of occult books, and it's wild. Big and packed with stuff. And, I was going to try to stay away from common stuff, but Joanne Brackeen, Ancient Dynasty, this is on Columbia from 1980. I've been looking for this. This is in really nice shape, and it was only $3, so yeah. And then finally, a nice copy of McCoy Tyner's Sahara. I think that's where I got this. This might have actually been at Absolute Vinyl. Sorry. Yeah, I've been looking for this. Another solo record. This one's on Milestone. I think it might be his first Milestone record, 1972. And I don't know if it's original. There's lots of reissues of this out, but this has copyright audio fidelity. I don't know if that means it's a reissue or what. It appears to be old. I don't know. Great shape. Had to grab it. Okay, so yes, now we're definitely in the Arvada. We're in Arvada now, right? Okay, so here's a Mike Knock record, Climbing. $5, totally mint. This is on Tomato, yeah, 1979. Tomato. I remember Derek showing this record, and it got me interested in who this Mike Knock guy. And so I've been picking up Mike Knock records, and yeah, I'm excited about this because it's got a great lineup with John Abercrombie on guitar and electric mandolin, Tom Harrell on trumpet, David Friesen on bass, Al Foster on drums. Yeah, looking forward to spinning that. Here's Steve Roach, Kevin Brahani, and Richard Bermer. Western Spaces. This is from 1987 on Chameleon. Kind of new agey electronic stuff. I think of well, not new agey. The Steve Roach stuff I've heard is more in that German school, Berlin school, sequencers and stuff. I don't know. I think of Karm, Gorvo. When I see stuff like this is still in the shrink. $5. Why not? And this killer. Miroslav Itu's Mountain in the Clouds. This lineup: John McLaughlin, Joe Henderson, Herbie Hancock, Jack DeJohnette, Joe Chambers. Really minty, mint. This place in Arvada was kind of like, with really choice records, they were in the back. And that was kind of a shame because they had that Robin Kenyatta record on ECM. And I was like, yeah, I'll pick this up. They couldn't find it. They found another Robin Kenyatta record that I did not want. So somebody got the ECM record. And because of that, they gave me a break on this. These guys are really cool. Weed's legal in Colorado, so these guys seem to take advantage of it. I don't know. They misplaced that Robin Kenyatta record, which I really wanted, but I got a deal on this. Really looking forward to this. Fusion, early, I think 69. This is going to be killer. Alrighty, so in the rain, I head down to Denver. to meet up with Zach. Get there a little early, so I hit Wax Trax. Now that's a funky store, and you know, of all the stores I'd been to, there weren't really any real bargains, you know. But this place, I could have spent more time there, because I found a few things that really, really excited me. Especially this. Don Elliott at the Modern Jazz Room. It's a little dirty, but appears to be in decent shape. What, $8? If you guys have been watching me for a while, one of my early videos, I talk about Don Elliott. I knew him and his son, hung out with Don at his home studio. Yeah, so when I see Don Elliott records, which you don't see around because they didn't sell, there's not that many of them, I pick them up if they're not outrageously expensive and not totally trashed. They had another one that was totally trashed, and I can't buy trashed records. And so this is a live record with Don on trumpet, not mellophone. He's pictured here with the mellophone. He's playing trumpet here, vibes bongo, sings on one, Bob Corwin piano, Ernie Furtado bass, and Jimmy Campbell on drums. Yeah, I'm really psyched about that. And, you know, like I said, I wasn't going to pick up common records while I was there because I had to carry them back on the plane, you know. So when I saw these two cheap, you know, Wax Trax was the place where I saw some bargains. So fairly common records, Stanley Clarke, Journey to Love. But here it is in the shrink wrap, $4. Vinyl's like unplayed. Yeah, man. Same with this. I've been looking for this for a while, but I didn't want a trashed copy. Mahavishnu Orchestra, Apocalypse. This is the one with the London Symphony, Michael Tilson Thomas conducting. Columbia from 1974. This is 75. Yeah, in the shrink, vinyl's mint, $4. I could not pass it up. All right, we're closing in on it now. Twist and Shout, and right on kind of the main thoroughfare around Capitol Hill area of Denver. And, you know, another big place. They have not abandoned CDs. They still have tons of CDs. But a huge vinyl room, really well organized. Although new and used stuff is kind of mixed together, which can be frustrating. But they had tons of stuff. My God, I could have spent a fortune. But anyway, so here we have another McCoy Tyner record, Sama La Yuca. Some milestone from 1974. The cover's water damaged. But, and you know, has that promo sticker, but it's also oh yeah, well, thought it was a white label. It's not a white label, but it is a promo copy. Super clean vinyl. Yeah, McCoy, killer. Let's see, another McCoy record. Asante. This is on Blue Note from 74, I guess. This looks killer too, with Andrew White on alto sax, Buster Williams on bass, Billy Hart on drums, Ted Dunbar on guitar, and Tume on conga, and I guess some vocals. Cool. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, not an uncommon record. I mean, it's cheap, $6. But I really like Pete Barden's. I have his other solo record on this label. This is Capitol Cinema label. So yeah, Pete Barden's Speed of Light, totally mint. What was this? $6. And then a record I used to have. I had this when it came out, you know. But then I thought I outgrew that sort of pop music and sold it. And then kind of forever wished I had it, you know. You know what I mean. Here's to buying back records you used to own. Oh. Mark, Dr. Bedwax wants to know, this is still, yeah, New Belgium, Summer Hells? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so this record, yeah, British pop record from the 80s. Totally mint. Tones on Tail, the album Pop. I believe this is a British pressing. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Some people will know what this is about. In that kind of condition, you know, not cheap, $16. I know I'm going to be happy with it. I collect the stuff, so I kind of had to grab it because you never see it. This is Tom Waits' Rain Dogs from 1985. You get into the 80s, his records are really hard to find. So I paid a pretty penny for it because it's mint and it's got a promo stamp for what that's worth. Had to have it. So yeah, I didn't really get to totally scour the store because I was hanging out with Zach and we were talking and he was like, oh, let's get something to eat. So we split and hung out, and that was awesome. I could have hung out all night with Zach. But then, let's see, the next day, yeah, I was back in downtown Denver with Liz and her mom and stepdad, and went to the Botanic Gardens, which was beautiful. And then Liz and I went out to dinner, and beforehand I was like, oh, let's go back to Wax Trax. So I got to really look around, but I'd already had a pile of vinyl. But I did pick up one more thing, and I got to really look around the store, and they had this amazing metal section, and lots of records that I would normally have to go to Discogs or something. They had them in the bins for fairly reasonable prices for a new vinyl. Very cool store. But I did pick this up because I'd seen it before and passed on it. This is Peter Blegvad, Nights Like This, on Virgin from, when is this from? 80s sometime. Now, I have the 12-inch single for Pretty You and Ugly Eye, which is a beautiful song. But for some reason, I never bought the album. I love the punning cover. So Peter Blegvad was involved with Henry Cowell for a while, but this is like really sophisticated pop music, nice condition. $12. I never see it. That was my trip to Denver and Boulder and Arvada, digging around for records. Yeah, really glad to have family up there because I'll be getting back, and really glad to meet Zach face to face. So much fun. Hopefully next time we can actually go digging together. So that's it. I'm going to sign off now, and hope you're all doing well. Take care.